This behind me is the famous graffiti alley here in Kuala Lumpur.
Come with us today as we explore this incredible street art and graffiti location and discover the famous Jalan Alor food market. This is Kuala Lumpur, a modern city filled with incredible architecture and a ton of really cool things to do. Exploring KL is very easy. Just jump on the train or the bus, then hop off at any random stop and let your feet guide the way. Day and night, non-stop movement in this amazing city that appears to never sleep. Over 1 million tourists visit Kuala Lumpur on average every month. There's so much to see, and often too little time, it's hard to know where to start. There are a lot of really amazing neighborhoods in Kuala Lumpur. One of the coolest and busiest is Bukit Bintang. Located within Kuala Lumpur's Golden Triangle, Bukit Bintang is considered the main shopping and entertainment district of the city.
Filled with shops, restaurants, millions of people, and a lot of really good street food, especially the internet famous Jalan Alor. What's up, guys? Bukit Bintang is definitely a must-see and must-visit when you come to Kuala Lumpur. Right behind me, you see the Pavilion Mall with their famous giant 3D screen. You can see that they play some really cool videos in there. But by the way, if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel today so you continue to get our videos as we travel and explore around Kuala Lumpur.
Great shopping and amazing food are the main two attractions in Bukit Bintang. However, over the last 5 years, a new reason to visit this colorful neighborhood has emerged: street art. Are you looking for the perfect spot for your next Instagram post? Well, look no further. Graffiti Alley is your destination. Over the past recent years, graffiti and street art locations have been popping up everywhere around the world, probably helped by social media. In fact, we have visited some of them, like the famous Batman Alley in Sao Paulo, Brazil, the Wynwood Walls in Miami, or the incredible citywide collection of street art in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. You can see the link for that right up here. But what makes Bukit Bintang street art so different is that, unlike most other places where a remote and unused part of town or wall is painted over, here the graffiti paintings go over the actual houses, apartments, buildings, and businesses, which are very much in use.
This behind me is the famous graffiti alley here in Kuala Lumpur. And what's really cool about it is that this is an actual street with actual buildings and restaurants and people live here, and they just decided to just paint all over it. And the art is actually really cool.
As recently as the early 2010s, the back alleys of and around Bukit Bintang were associated with pretty much the same bad elements back alleys all around the world are associated with: crime, drugs, and all types of shady things. To solve this issue, the local government embarked on an ambitious art remodeling campaign in 2018. After cleaning up the streets and ridding them of all the unwanted company, they commissioned dozens of local independent artists to create the beautiful murals that we see today. Expanding over several blocks around the Jalan Alor food market, we find whole streets that have been completely painted over, and not just at the street level, but going all the way up several floors and covering every bit of surface. The clear underlying theme appears to be nature. Celebrating the beauty of Malaysia's natural side must have been in the minds of the people that organized this incredible project. Everywhere we look, we find colorful paintings of plants, animals, insects, and beautiful landscapes.
This is a much different experience than the one that we saw in Brazil.
Yes.
In Brazil, it was super crowded, no cars. I think it was just restaurants and bars. But
Yes.
this one,
And it was more of
just
a touristy thing. Like you can tell that it was created just for people to walk down the street, because it was more of an actual empty alley. Whereas these are actual buildings where people
Very
live,
cool.
apartment buildings, and a lot of the best, I guess, graffitis are literally over people's front doors
And windows.
So it's kind of interesting. I like it.
Recently, we made a really cool video showcasing Kuala Lumpur's top 5 museums. You should be able to find the link for that right up here, and definitely watch that video after this one. But I feel like we should have included Graffiti Alley on that list. And yes, I know this is technically not a museum, but what is a museum if not a place that showcases history and art? Well, we could possibly argue that if you want to explore and admire Malaysia's modern artistic talent, there is no better place than right here. Here we find the creations of local artists expressing themselves and how they see their country's natural beauty. But I would like to hear from you. Do you know any other places in Kuala Lumpur with amazing street art like this one? Or maybe even better? Leave us a comment down below and let us know. And if you know of any other places around the world where you can find awesome street art, please also let us know in the comments.
Wow, you got a lot taller.
You shrunk, you're getting old.
I am getting old. I'm getting shorter. We actually walked today all the way from the Petronas Towers downtown in KLCC to the Graffiti Alley. It takes about 20 to 25 minute walk. The best part about it is you walk, oh, there's a crazy lady walking behind us. I don't know if you can see her there, but she's acting out and talking to herself. I guess that's what crazy people would do. What's really cool about the walk from KLCC to here is that almost 2/3 of the way you actually walk through the air-conditioned tunnel or walkway that is above the ground, which is really cool. And you can tell the difference between the 90 degrees outside and the roughly 75 degrees that they keep inside the walkway. The moment you walk out, the hot air just slaps you and you're like, I wish it took me all the way. But all around us right now, there's a ton of restaurants and bars and like small little shops that we're gonna go explore right now. Originally, we just came for the, I guess, Graffiti Alley, which I saw on the Google list of things to see in Kuala Lumpur. But now we're gonna go explore, see what else is all around us. Are you ready for this? Ready? Okay, let's go explore. This behind me is the Jalan Alor food street, which is probably one of the most famous food streets here in Kuala Lumpur. It gets super packed, especially after 5 o'clock. Right now it's around 5 o'clock and it's starting to get really, really busy. Now, personally, I'd rather eat at the local mom and pops places down the street, the smaller ones. But this is definitely a really cool place to visit, especially if you're only in Kuala Lumpur for like 2 or 3 days, because you have all types of food in one place. And it's usually fairly cheap.
Believed to be over 100 years old, the Jalan Alor food street was first established as a street market in the early 1900s. It was originally set up as a starting point for Chinese immigrants looking to make their way in Malaysia and sell local dishes. Over time, the street began to fill up with restaurants, food stalls, and many other businesses. Today, Bukit Bintang is known as the main entertainment and shopping part of KL, and the Jalan Alor food street market, which is located about a 5-minute walk from the Bukit Bintang station, is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Kuala Lumpur.
Now, when it comes to food, the fusion between the cooking styles of the Indian, the Arab, the Chinese, the Western, the Malay, all mixed together is unbelievable.
Covering half a mile, the Jalan Alor market has over 200 food stalls and permanent restaurants. Most of the food stalls start setting up around 4 to 5 p.m. and usually stay open until midnight. If you don't like crowds, the best time to visit is between 5 and 7 p.m. That way you can enjoy the early evening light and walk around the stalls without too many people. There are way too many food choices to mention here, but some of the main ones are seafood dishes, Chinese food, Thai food, Japanese food, and many different fruit shakes and fruit juices.
Really good.
Yeah?
Lemon, lime, orange, mango, and strawberries.
We stopped at this really cool Indian restaurant on the way to KLCC. On the way back, prices are like $2 per each, and they look amazing. The pictures look amazing.
Pictures too.
Yes.
It's actually really good. We got some garlic cheese naan, and what do you get?
Fried rice with beef.
Very tasty. We just finished having dinner, which was, in my opinion, very tasty. Yes, and the best part about it, it was $5.06. What a great way to end the day. Let's go home.
As I mentioned earlier, there are a ton of really amazing things to see and do in Kuala Lumpur. To help you choose the best ones, we recently made a really cool video reviewing the city and give you some great tips of where to start. You should be able to find the link for that right here. In any case, I'm glad you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.